you'll turn your screen on for me. Hello, Miss Grace. How are you?
Excellent. How's everybody doing?
Perfect. Perfect. So we are recording. So guys, let's get going. Kenny, Julie reads with you, correct, Rebecca?
Yes, she is.
Perfect. Kenny, I can see you up top. So if you're here for me, please definitely turn the screen on so I can see you. So guys, today we're going to talk about Circus Day and why. And Truman, Kenny, I'm going to pick on the two of you because Grace and Rudy show up to my Circus Day a lot. Truman, what you're joining this, what do you hope to get out of this? When you saw about Circus Day and why I do it, what were you hoping to join on here and what can I do for you? Oh, you're on mute, my friend.
Sorry about that. So I was on the last circus call day and it went really well, but I got to tell you, I mean, I got burned out by the 50th call.
Good. Do you want to know why I'm happy?
Why's that?
You made 50.
Yeah.
Most loan officers in this company cannot make 40 on their Monday calls, nor do they even attempt to. So, dude, I'm so proud I can't see straight. Why did you get burnout, sir?
I think my problem was leaving voicemails. So I was leaving voicemails on every call and it just took me forever. I just didn't get to it. And then I think 3 o'clock turnaround, I was like, I just can't do it anymore. I was burnt out. I wasn't, the conversations that I was having just felt kind of vague and my full mental capacity wasn't there.
So, Truman, I could normally tell you what I'm going to do, but I'm going to pick on one of my dear friends who has been with me now for 4 years because he's sitting in the corner smiling. Rudy, will you take you off of mute? So, Rudy, you and I had this exact same conversation. So, Truman, when you get me as a coach, we actually religiously do this because I call it Hell Day. They called it Next Level Coaching Circus Day. It's something that I absolutely love. So, Rudy, you and I actually had this conversation on the first time you did it with me. You told me, oh my gosh, that was a lot of phone calls and you ran into trouble. Before I answer it, how would you answer Truman's question of that was a lot and there were a lot and I got a little bit of burnout there?
I think what helps is to have different categories of who to call, because every category, whether if it's past clients, current leads that need to be followed up on, real estate agents, and have a reason to call, it really allows for you to not feel so burnt out. Like the first 2-3 times that I did it, yeah, I never reached not even 50, 60. I think the third time was like 84, and that was a huge accomplishment. But the last two, I've reached over 100, 102, 103. And just like the satisfaction of it, because as I go, I'm actually typing up who I'm calling, who I speak to, and the reason why I called. So it just helps, and that's why I'm on this call too, so that we can better prepare for such a big day, because what I get out of that day is huge. Like the outcome, from personal satisfaction to even just having a purposeful voice message, and depending on the category of who you're calling, then you know what to prepare for. The other thing is, I I tend to, yeah, like all of us, we have emails and we have deals going, and you get distracted, but knowing that it's going to be a long day, which for me, I don't mind ending my day at 6, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., but my goal is to complete the 100. And as soon as I'm done, I go, over 2, 3, and it's like, bam, I just got it done. So it's the preparation, and I think this call is going to help us all to even get better at it.
So Rudy, so you are on a no answer phone call, you are leaving a voicemail almost every time or every time?
Every time.
Okay.
I leave a voice message every time, and honestly, I think
Rudy, give us an idea of your voicemail, and then I want to give Truman an idea of mine. If
Okay.
you had to leave a voicemail, give us an example, please.
Well, if it's, for example, I think the last time I made a bunch of calls for the Lunch and Learn, the National Lunch and Learn. So if it's for a real estate agent, I would say something around the lines of, good afternoon, so-and-so agent. This is Rudy Gonzalez. I'm calling you to invite you to a very, very special event. This is our National Lunch and Learn, which is the third Tuesday of every month. This week, the topic is XYZ, and I'm really excited to invite you. This is a personal invitation. I would love to be able to see you there. Please text me or call me back just to let me know that you will be present. I can register you myself so that I make sure that I have lunch for you, and give me a call so that we can chat about it and confirm your attendance. That's what I would do, and that's what I've done. And even if it's a quick text, and even if it's the Monday before the Tuesday of the National Lunch and Learn, I have gotten, if I've invited nobody, but on Monday I make the calls, I get 12, 13 people on Tuesday. Just because of the phone calls and a text, that I get back. So for me, is that successful? I think so. And I've done it every time. And so again, if it's a past lead, then the voice message is completely different. But
Now,
yeah.
Truman, I'm going to interrupt Rudy because Robin has completely changed me. She has told me to stop leaving the long-winded voice messages. So voice messages for me to my top 40 and to my past clients, which we're going to cover what I call on Circus Day, they sound exactly like this. Is it fair to say that my top 40 and I are, we know each other very well? And is it fair to say that my past clients and I better know each other very well?
Yes.
Okay, so the message goes something like this. Hey, Truman, it's Jonas Rosenberg over at Something Funding. I have something incredible to tell you. Give me a shout back when you can.
Quick and easy.
Are you calling me back?
Yeah, because I want to figure out what you're talking about.
Correct. So if you left a message like that to there, would the phone calls become easier?
Yes.
And in all due respect to one of my favorite students of all time with Rudy's, which one are you listening to more? Now, Rudy had a mission. He wanted to make sure he got the information out. But if Rudy was long-winded to a realtor about a program or a this, that, and the other, I guarantee you, Truman, with my ADHD, I'm hanging up. I guarantee you I am. I'm not going to stop to listen. But if I called and said, hey, John Tober, it's Jonas over at Summit Funding, buddy, I got something quick to share with you. When you get a second, I know you're a busy man, give me a call. Now we have one of the best on here, Chris Clark. Buddy, tell me what you do.
Hey, just real quick, one of the things that has happened recently with technology is you have transcripts of the voicemails. So I've just found myself, because I'm so busy, somebody's calling me, I'm reading it real quick, and I'm either calling them back or I'm deleting it.
Amen.
So the hook, that's why Jonas is being so direct about, you need a hook. Like, that's a great hook.
Amen. So I want to start this over. Chris, we did an exercise yesterday that absolutely opened up my eyes to why we do Circus Day. Chris, it was on our coaching call. Are you okay if I'm transparent, ask you transparent questions?
Yeah, totally.
It's going to be the same exercise that Robin did with us about our leads and how much a phone call's worth. Is that okay?
Yep.
Chris, how much money are you going to make this year?
500.
Okay. Chris, how many leads did you average a month?
For the year, it was 668.
Okay. Guys, that means that Chris's leads.
Well, Jonas, last year it was 369 in 2023. So last year the lead was like $140, something like
So it's
that.
$140 a lead. Chris, we broke it down one more. Do you remember how much your phone calls were worth?
Yeah, $58 a phone call.
Guys, if somebody paid you $58 to do a phone call, would you make the phone call? Mine were at 116. If somebody paid you that amount of money to make one phone call, would you make it? It's really quantifiable once Robin lays it down that way, correct? Perfect. So guys, with that being said, everybody asked me, Jonas, why have you done this? Why do you do this? This is actually on my schedule for once a month and has been for 6 years. I have an honest question to ask you. How many of you, besides Clock, because I know he does, how many of you truly make all of your theme day phone calls? Your Monday 40 realtors, your Tuesday updates, your Wednesday prequels, your Thursday past clients, and your Friday VIPs every single week. How many? None of you. Cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. We're being honest. I really appreciate that. That means you're coachable. So come and take yourself off mute for a minute. Buddy, what do you struggle with the most? So let's go down them and rank them 1 through 5. Number 1 is Monday realtors. How strong are you? I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'm strong in that department on Monday, getting those calls done. It's more the follow-up and pre-quals and past client
Okay,
stuff.
so let's on a scale of 1 to 5, is that your strongest day?
Yes.
For most people it is, because it's Monday. We're ready to go to work. We're excited. We're coming off the weekend. So I'm going to put that at 1. How about Tuesday updates? Are you religious?
No.
Okay, perfect. Truman, I want you to write something down. You will be religious at Tuesday updates. Who's your coach right now, sir?
Jim Reed.
Cool. Let Jimmy Reed know that you told Jonas you're not religious with Tuesday updates.
Okay.
Buddy, Tuesday updates are impeccably important. The number 1 complaint in the mortgage industry is communication. Okay? But if you're missing on Tuesday updates, it's a great time to go backwards and make sure we cover the listing agents, because a lot of times the listing agents are the ones that we miss, correct? We dabble with our client, we touch our buyer's agent, but darn it, we got busy and we didn't call that listing agent. I'm not excusing not making phone calls, but Truman, I always start with my list. You have to build a list either Friday or Sunday to be able to get this done. My Tuesday updates, I go down my list and I check that first. Who may have screwed up? So Tuesday updates are always first on my list of people to call. Because now I have a reason to call them and I have a great message to leave them if I'm going to leave a message, correct? Cool. How are your pre-qual check-ins, sir?
Good.
Awesome. Those you're still going to do on Circus Day? Because they're people who are excited, they're out there, and we get to touch them again. So add those to your list. I do not care if it's Circus Day on Monday and you just talked to them Wednesday, call them. These people need to be loved. Believe me, I talk to a group of people once a week and we are losing deals because they're shopping. If it were up to me, I would touch my pre-calls once a week, but that's when they get frustrated because I'm calling too much. Or excuse me, once a day. But you know what? They're worth about $4,000 each to me, so why wouldn't I? Chelsea Clark gave me the greatest compliment here last week when she said, oh my gosh, he's just in front of them all the time. Yes, that's what I do for a living. I stay in front of people. They won't forget me. You better treat your prequels like that. So why not add that to your Circus Day list? Okay, next one. Past clients. How are you on those?
Terrible.
Truman, how long have you been in the mortgage industry, sir?
6 years.
How many closed clients do you think you've closed in 6 years?
A little over 200.
Now, I've been accused of not having a filter. Can I tell you the honest to God truth?
Absolutely.
What town are you in?
I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Cool, I'm moving there tomorrow because I'm going to call all of them. If you're not
I know.
calling your past clients, someone else is, Truman. Do you know what the greatest anger of mine was during Mortgage Disneyland, because it was my own damn fault? When a borrower of mine who loved me, who I went to their housewarming party, and guys, I apologize about my voice. I got a little passionate on coaching yesterday because someone didn't turn in their homework. So I know my voice is gone. My greatest mistake during Mortgage Disneyland is when I'm picking up the phone, ring, ring. Hello, Grace Thompson, take you off speaker.
Hello.
How's everything going with the house, girl?
Oh, it's going great.
Cool. You know what she didn't just tell me, Truman? She hasn't heard from me in 3 weeks, and they just refied with Rocket. Guys,
Oh,
write this
I'm
down.
sorry. Was I supposed to say who?
Nope, you're fine. Write this down, Truman. Rocket's calling your clients now. I did my past client blitz last week. I wanted to find out for you guys. 8 of my clients have received a call from Rocket already. And that's just Rocket. Anybody else hearing that other mortgage companies are already starting to call? Look at the hands up, guys. Truman, these people love you. If you've ever been a student of mine, I scream it at the top of the world. I could pay $10,000 a month in advertising, or I could call my past clients and I could love, love, love on them because they're so darn happy. Their kids are running around playing in the backyard because of me. And I know that sounds really egotistical, but it's true.
Mm-hmm.
And I have zero problem reminding them of that. Ring, ring, answer the phone, Truman.
Oh, this is Truman.
Hey, buddy, Jonas over at Summit Funding. How are you?
Hey, Jonas, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. How's the plumbing problem? Did we get that all taken care of? My guy is really good.
Yeah, it's all set up.
Okay, good. Truman, I got 2 quick questions to ask you. Do you have a minute?
I do.
Okay, first of all, if you have any more problems, one of my good friends, Chelsea Clark, talked to me about BNI. I belong in it. I have an incredible circle of friends. If you have any more problems at all, maintenance or otherwise, would you call me? I'd love to give you a great referral and get you taken great care of still.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Truman, the most important thing that I have is you over the next 6 months as rates start to go down, you are going to get inundated with mail and with phone calls from people who are telling you things that may actually sound too good to be true. Will you do me a favor?
Absolutely, Jonas.
Will you hang up on them and would you call me right away if you're even considering this? Truman, you and I went through hell and back getting this house, and there's nothing about me that is going to lie to you when it comes to refinancing because it's not emotional. It's just numbers. If you and the wife are thinking about it, would you give me a shout? Because I always want to be your guy and would love to be the professional you're calling instead of a random phone number that's picked up the phone and called you.
Can't say no to that.
Now, Truman, I know that this is just a role play, but on a personal basis, would that offend you?
No.
I have never offended any one of my clients with that statement. And I'm starting to make that phone call religiously on Wednesday. But if I miss it, my past clients, guys, are my main priority on my circus day. And Truman, the voicemails, to go back to your problem, are wonderfully easy. Hey, Truman, it's Jonas. I got some things I want to talk to you about rates, like the conversation we had before. Give me a shout when you get a chance. I'd love to go over them with you. Or I'd love to have you and your wife in to do one of those mortgage reviews we talked about. Starting to get a little bit closer, but give me a shout. Guys, the greatest pain I went through during Disneyland was having one of my clients tell me they refied with somebody else. Actually, my own cousin did. He didn't know I did refinances. Talk about feeling foolish. My own family did not know I did refinances, just purchases. Okay, so Truman, those past clients to me right now is utterly important. So if you miss, add them to Circus Day. You said you have 200 clients. Think about those phone calls. Isn't that the 200 easiest phone calls you've ever made?
Absolutely.
And they love you. Buddy, it's crazy. Every time I make past client calls, I get a referral. I always come out with a referral because how do you end the conversation, Truman? If you were talking to me right now, how would you end the conversation?
To a past client?
Yeah, if you're finishing up with that, hey, I'm your guy, da da da. How do you end the conversation?
Something simple like, please let me know what I can do, and can I reach out to you periodically to stay in front of you?
You are missing the number one mistake all loan officers make. And Truman, I want you to write this down. Gina Keeney, you work for me. You know exactly what it is. Rudy, you've been my student. Chris Clark, you're one of my best friends. Grace or John Tober, what is he missing? The number one mistake that all loan officers make.
asking for a referral for friends and family that they might know.
Deanna Cook, I see you up there, girl. We interviewed for coaching. We talked about this. Guys, the number one mistake that we make for whatever reason in people is we forget to ask for the business. We're horrible at it. Once again, I apologize about my voice, guys. I got a little passionate on coaching yesterday. We're horrible about it. The greatest fine I ever saw in a coaching group is the coach gave a loan officer a $20 fine every time he opened up his mouth and did not ask for business. Truman, I want you to force yourself every conversation you have to finish it this way. Truman, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for saying that you'll call me. Can I ask you a favor, buddy?
Absolutely.
Do you remember what I told you I'd charge you for all this mortgage stuff?
Yes.
What did I tell you, bud? One referral. Truman, and that's how I start off the conversation, Deanna. That's how I start off the conversation, Gina. I have beat it into Gina's head. When a client comes in to see us, hey guys, I want to let you know what we charge. Here's all your fees, but I got to ask you, Deanna, have you been happy with everything that we've done today?
Yes.
So could I ask you a favor, Deanna? I do my business on referral only. I don't spend a lot of money on the radio and the TV. I'm not big and flashy, but Mark and I run a pretty darn good business out here. If during this process, if you hear of anyone thinking that they are wanting to buy or look at refinancing, would you mind giving out my name? And are you going to be offended if I ask you during this process? Because this is how I built our business.
Sure.
Deanna, can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
Is it Dina or is it Deanna?
It's Dina.
I'm so sorry.
That's
Dina,
okay.
can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
As a consumer, would that offend you? Have I been too aggressive?
Not at all.
Now, guys, I'm aggressive by nature. I know this. So, Truman, you got to do it your way. Gina, you got to do it your way. Gina has been trying to morph between Gina way and Jonas way and find her path, and she's really finding it because I kick open doors, guys. It's just me. But Truman, I want you to find it your way. And remember, every conversation you have with your agents, with your past clients, with your everybody, ask for business. Besides Gina and Chris Clock, can anybody tell me why I'm always in trouble with my coaches on my lead tracker? Because my past clients and my current clients are up in front of my realtor relationships all the time, every month. It's because I open my mouth every time. But do you guys want the facts? Mark and I gave out 84 closed loans to realtors last year. Talk about the greatest gift you can give to a realtor. Ring, ring, answer the phone, Grace. This is from Hell Day, Truman, or Circus Day. Ring, ring, answer the phone, Grace.
Hello?
Grace, Jonas, how are you?
Oh, Jonas, I'm great. How about yourself?
Girl, would you call Truman Pennington, please? 555-5555. I just got off the phone with him. He's a past client. They are actually looking to list their house. And I just spent 20 minutes telling him all about you and the job you just did for the Smiths.
Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.
Grace, I told you this is part of my business plan. I love feeding my realtors business. But remember, after this deal, I want your next 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so
Call me.
much.
Call me and tell me about how this went, and call me and tell me how everything went with Truman. I spent the last 20 minutes telling him what you did for the Smiths. Truman's a wonderful buyer. By the way, I know I can pre-qualify him. I'm staring at his file.
Awesome. I'll get right on it and I'll let you know when we've connected.
Guys, people have asked me all the time, what's the secret to my success? How did I, who did not come into the mortgage business, came from the casino industry, build this? It's by taking days like Circus Day and leveraging them. I am spending my whole day, Truman, looking for borrowers. I'm calling realtors. I'm definitely calling my past clients. Once again, guys, underline it if you are not calling your past clients on Circus Day right now and making sure you're solidifying all 200 people. Truman, what's 200 times 4,000?
8,000?
How much?
Oh, 200 times 4,000?
Yes,
Sorry, I
sir.
thought you said 2. Cut out.
You're fine.
4,000 times 200,
Yes, sir.
800,000.
That's how much money you stand to lose. Is your loan's worth about 4,000 a loan to you, sir?
That is right on point of my average.
If you lose a single one of those past clients when it comes to refinancing because they went to Rocket, you're losing $4,000 off that number. But that's how much you stand to make over the next couple of years during the refinance slide. So just for that fact alone, to me, that's why my past clients always go on my Circus Day, and I'm calling more, and it's the easiest voicemail in the world. So
No,
guys,
it makes complete sense. It does. And I've done it, but I haven't been religious about it because I'm always thinking in the back of my head, oh, they're gonna call me when they're ready. Doesn't happen. Yeah.
Robin tells me 21 days. Robin has beat it into my head 21 days. Dina, how long did we talk ago? How long ago did we talk? 3 months now?
Maybe 2, 3.
No, not
Oh.
Gina. I'm sorry, Dina
Oh.
Cook. So we
It's
talked
like
3 months
30
ago.
minutes ago.
Now, girl, I know I'm memorable. I know that I put an impression on people and I'm very loud. I understand that. But if you had to look for a Seattle loan officer, be honest with me, would you have remembered to send it to me?
Maybe not, because I didn't remember that you were in Seattle.
There you go, Truman. We have not talked in the last 21 days. I sometimes call around to random loan officers, just remind them, hey, if they ever pick up anything in Washington, make sure they remember me. That's how I get IBRs. Okay, that's a silly fact, but Tina hasn't talked to me in more than 21 days. She didn't remember me. She's trying to boost my ego, but she remembered I did her coaching call, but that's about that. And she'll remember me again for the retreat, but that's about that. We got to communicate with these people. Now, Circus Day, once again, guys, and then I'll open this up for questions, and then I want to give you 2 tips. I've received 14 leads in the last 2 days off of my silly little things I do. I'm going to give you 2 tips to walk away with this. Number 1, make a list. If you're going to do Circus Day with me, make a list the night before. It is absolutely terrible, Truman, like you said, to try to do without a list. First one is 20 realtor touch. We always want to touch 20 realtors. Have a reason for calling them, though. Don't make boring phone calls. Chris, Clock, you always give me 4 reasons. What are your 4 reasons?
You call because of a lead, asking for leads. You call about current pre-approvals. You call about a sales tip, and you call about an event.
So, guys, once again, when you're calling realtors, the first and most important one, call about a lead. Truman, my favorite thing in the world to do is call them about a lead they gave me 8 months ago. They are so stunned that I still remembered Grace Thompson from 8 months ago because they forgot about him. And I'm looking at them going, of course I remember. It's my job to make you money. I will call to invite them to something. I love events. I love having people around me. I get to know them. I'll call them about a sales tip. Chris Clock is the king of that. I tend to stay away from that because it's boring voicemails, but don't forget that quiver. And I call them about a pre-approval. We love those calls. Okay, so 20 realtors at least. Then I absolutely call with any TBDs I may have missed or Tuesday updates. Like you said, Truman, we're not all strong at there. Please be strong at those guys. Then, of course, my prequels. Anytime I can touch a TBD in this market, how many of you are being shopped right now?
A lot.
How many of you are seeing shopping? Yeah, I just lost one last night because of it. I'm irritated. Mark and I have a lot of time into it. Make sure your TBDs love you. When they love you, they have a problem going other places. Not always, unfortunately. Then past clients. Guys, if I can scream and yell at this group, please make sure your past clients are hearing from you all the time. If they remember Grace Thompson is their person, when that silly letter comes in or that silly phone call about being able to get to 4% comes in, which you know that garbage is going to start again, they're going to call you and go, Grace, can I really get to 4? Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, girl, I know you didn't call me. You told me you'd call me as soon as it made sense. How many of you have your people on Rate Watch? Dina, do you guys know about the Rate Watch program out there? Have you seen Mike Black's stuff yet?
I've seen a little bit about it, but I don't know too much.
Hey, girl, it's been invaluable for Manti and I. Write down Mike Black's video. And if you guys need any help, call Mikey Black or call me. It's really working for us. And Robin told us all to look at it. Watch that video with your team if you can. It's been a game changer.
Okay,
Guys,
thanks.
I want to respect your time. It is 12:31. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Yeah, Jonas, so if you're calling on circus day, so past clients, so then when you get to Thursday, are you not calling them?
So you want a truthful answer from me?
Yes.
We have about 800 of them.
Okay.
I can't cover them. So if I were Truman, he has 200 of them. I would make a goal to at least call 20. Grace, if you got on the phone with me as a loan officer girl and you love me, our phone call's probably going to be more than 2 minutes, isn't it?
Right.
Sometimes past clients love to talk your ear off and tell you all about the kids and the house and the school and everything else, but that's great. We're getting their refi. So Truman's not going to get through more than 20 of them. I'm definitely not going to get through more than 20 of them. I come by my New York Jewish conversation style very respectfully. I spend a lot of time on the phone with my past clients, but we want to love on them. We want to hear about the kids. We want to hear about the school because I really do want to help them and their family, and I want that business later.
Okay. Thank
So,
you.
Grace, I would make a goal, especially on circus day. You know that you're going to be on the phone a little longer with realtors, and you know you're going to be on the phone a little longer with past clients. So if I gave Truman an assignment of 100 past clients on circus day, is that unrealistic?
Yeah.
I'm not being fair as a coach. He wouldn't get it done. I would tell him 20. And if he came back and said, dude, I got 30 because there were 10 messages, awesome. I just want him to hear your voice.
Got it.
Any other questions?
Where are you finding the Mike Black video?
So you should ask. Rebecca is on here before we go, or Chelsea, do you know how I can go backwards and find the Mikey Black video?
I can send it out again.
Oh, it's been a game changer. It's been wonderful. Rebecca, remember, Grace, anytime you hear something that was in the past, call your concierge. They can help you, especially with next level coaching. So if you hear somebody reference something from the past, they absolutely can help you.
Thank you.
Any other questions before I give you guys 2 quick tips? These are silly, but I've gotten 12 leads over the last 2 days, and I do this once a quarter. Write these down. Go back through your sent file in your email and find borrowers that you sent away correspondence to or application that never returned your phone call. I thought it was the silliest assignment I've ever gotten. It was crazy how many people I've forgotten are out there because the sent file I never empty. I went back for a full year. It was crazy. I actually, 2 of my 7 contracts are from that assignment. The second one, which if you've ever coached around me or ever been around me, or if you're in my phone, you get these silly text messages. Go down your text messages and do not judge. Todd gets this text. Robin gets this text. My mother gets this text. And I want you to send this out in your way.
Can you text it to me, Jonas, and I'll put it in the
Yep.
chat?
Good morning. I'll text you. Hang on. I'm texting it to Chelsea right now.
I'm sorry, Jonas, who are you sending that to?
I am sending it to everyone.
Okay.
Now, why would I send it to absolutely everyone? Any idea?
Helps conversion.
The real estate agents see what you're doing.
Yes. And one of my greatest mistakes during the refi boom is I was quantifying people. I was literally telling people what they wanted to do, and I wasn't sending refi emails to my 3.25s or my 2.5s. I didn't know they were getting divorced. I didn't know they needed a new pool. Todd calls me one day and he goes, hey, why are you only sending your thing to 75% of your refi list? I said, what? He goes, quit quantifying your borrowers. Just send. So when I started doing this assignment, this was from one of my coaches. My coach goes, Jonas, I want to get this text every time. I said, why? He goes, because then I know you're not quantifying me. He goes, I want you to send it to your grandma. I want you to send it to your mom. I want you to send it to everyone. He goes, number one, you won't waste time trying to figure out who you're going to send it to. And number two, you will not believe where the responses come from. Guys, this morning, I already did it. I started doing it at 9 a.m. I wanted to show you one real quick, and then I'm going to get off of here. That is one of my friends that owns a bar in Kennewick. She sent me her head bartender. 801 credit scores and has money to put down. I never knew. We go in there once a week to play darts. I never knew. Gotten 5 leads this morning from that silly text, and they were from all places I never would have thought to call because I sent it to everyone. If you're in my phone or coach for me before, you've seen that text because I stopped caring who got it. Some of my buddies call me and give me a bad time, quit sending me the text. Okay, they get the text next time. I don't think about it. Guys, I love what I do. I work with Team Manthai here. I am the originator. If any of you guys have any questions ever, please feel free to reach out and say, Jonas, how are you catching leads? I love this kind of stuff. Does anybody have any questions next week or right now? Next week is the retreat. Please make sure you guys take lots of notes. And remember, anybody that you see presenting, we are open books. Do not ever be afraid to reach out to one of the coaches and say, could I get 20 minutes in your time? And can we talk more about what you talked about? Every coach here at Summit Funding has helped me climb the mountain, and we all want to help you guys climb it too. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you on the screen at the retreat next week.
Thank you.
Have a great day, guys.
Like
Bye.